So Jason, again, he was going to be asked about it and the operation and all that. So Jason's the one who asked it.
Jason known as an agitator?
Well, I mean,
no, I'm just saying.
We used to have the draw. I know Wilde and Tausch have it, that they'll play it from time to time. I'm sure it's lost somewhere in our system, Joshy, through all the moves we've had over the years. But there is a clip of Mike McCarthy saying, "I'm in no mood for drama today, Jason."
Because we were warned when I played about certain individuals. And Jason wasn't one of them at the time because Jason was young.
He was so new.
Jason was super young.
Yeah.
But there were guys that we were told, be careful.
Who are the agitators?
I can't.
Remember?
No, I remember.
So why don't you just name names?
Yeah, Bob McGinn was one of them. What the hell?
Well, but didn't Bob... I feel like Jason's told the story, or maybe you told the story, of Bob, like, pulling somebody aside, a rookie aside, during, like, rookie orientation, and the rookie, oh, hey, so what happened there? Oh, that was you?
He tried getting me a few times, and he did. But that's what he did. And
yeah, he's just doing his job.
He's just doing his job. Of a good reporter.
Yeah.
But you got to,
he was taking advantage
these guys.
of you.
I think Jason has the reputation of, if something happened and the answers haven't been adequate, he is going to make sure to get them out of it.
I love it. I love the hard question.
As a fan of this team, I very much appreciate it.
Well, and again, I feel like, because you can't just straight up ask the question the way that a lot of the fan base wants you to ask it. You have to massage the question in order to get the answer that everybody's searching for. So LaFleur kind of walked us through it. And again, I think at times it's a long answer. There are times where we can get bogged down in some of the details, which is why I'm glad we've got the big guy back. And he's back from his riverboat vacation wearing his Tennessee State hoodie today instead of the lederhosen, because he can give us the Chewy translator.
Well, no, Tennessee State now goes to a workout shirt because my son isn't there anymore. That's what happens. So you'll see me in Fresno. You'll see me in New Mexico stuff.
Yeah.
So once they're done, it becomes a workout shirt. Problem
Have you lost all your Michigan State stuff, or does that stuff become?
That's gone. I actually gave it away.
Way too stinky?
I gave it away to a friend of Angie's son went there, so I gave him all that stuff. The problem is this: it turns into a workout shirt. I got a haircut today, so
so that's why we're not wearing the hat.
Yeah, I got to paint the outside of it before I go and get a haircut. You know what I mean by paint?
Deodorant. Yes, we've had this discussion before. Chewy, instead of washing his clothes, will put deodorant on the outside when he has to go somewhere.
Yes.
That's
but my sleep is still not right after 3 days. I was up at 3:45, wide awake. What's going on?
Well, you were over in Europe for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be an adjustment period.
You know what I need? You know what I really need, and I'm going to miss it, is a Blammer Thursday where I stay up later.
Okay.
Because I'm still going to bed at like 7 o'clock. So I digress. But all right, are we going to get to it?
We are going. We're going to get to it right now. We've got Shefty coming up. I was just going to try to figure out what your body clock adjustment is for jet lag, but it's I wasn't able to find it quickly to tell you how long it's going to take you.
I'll be all right. The weekend, I'll be fine.
Okay, all right. So here is Matt LaFleur talking about what happened in the final 2 minutes of overtime, Packers versus Cowboys.
To throw the ball away if it's not there, and he throws the check down, and that puts you in that situation. Once that has happened, what are the guys supposed to do? Because from the outside looking in, it didn't look like there was the urgency that was required.
The urgency that was required didn't happen previous to that as well, which gets into the process of we ran a play out of the 2 minute, and then we huddled up. And we called a play. We thought they were going to be in cover 2. They played man coverage. We hit Rome on a slant. And at that point is when, in my mind, it's 2 minute. We operated out of a different 2 minute formation. So I would say this, where we have to clear up the communication is when we're not in 2 minute mode and then you jump into 2 minute mode, everybody on the field has to know that. And they
All right. So he's talking about going into 2 minute mode.
Yes.
How is that typically communicated?
LaFleur tells Jordan or whoever's in his ear, let's go 2 minute, and that's full. Now, even when they were on the 13 or 14 around there, it was still time. I would not have gone to a full-blown 2-minute. I would have went to a version of 2-minute.
So just like the up-tempo, the no huddle.
Up-tempo, receivers get to where you need to go and tell Jordan, okay, you got 6 seconds here. Okay? Plenty of time. We're fine. The problem is receivers are lollygagging, especially after the golden slip screen. Like,
so
Dobbs, you shouldn't be helping him up.
Well, because
he should be popped up on his own, line up. And we talked about this yesterday. This is the problem with a young team. But I wouldn't consider, I'm not considering Dobbs a veteran, but he should know better.
Okay.
Because he's been in that situation before.
Okay. But they also used the timeout there.
Which I don't, look, and we talked about this. Why they used the timeout in that situation is, I don't know why. It was stupid. When you use a timeout in that situation, right, is when you have your receivers clearing out or running deep or down the field, and you throw it to a back or something, it's a crappy play, he's down. You use a timeout there because all those receivers have to come back, which eats up times, line up, get the play. When everyone's there at the line of scrimmage, why the hell do you call a timeout? Those guys should be popping up. They're already in trips because there was a 3-man set.
Yep.
You just say, stay in trips, right? And whoever's in his ear should be telling him that. Line up, call a play, sense of urgency. Okay, now we go. And then you use the timeout after that play if you can't get out of bounds or it's an incomplete pass. But you want to hold on to that timeout. Where they should have called the timeout is when they were lollygagging at the end of the game, and it took them 14 seconds to call a stupid play, and it got tipped down, and thank God there was 1 second left on the clock. That's what you save it for. Because then you'll have two legit shots, possibly at the end zone.
Okay. Let's hear the rest of Matt LaFleur explaining what happened in the final 2 minutes.
You have to operate as such, and we were operating more of our, no huddle tempo, which isn't warp speed, whereas 2-minute is got to be warp speed.
So I think that's what you were talking about there. You were talking about that, and again, going no huddle versus 2 minutes, and you were fine with going no huddle tempo versus 2-minute tempo because you didn't have that much further to go.
But as a receiver, there's still a sense of urgency to get lined up.
Yes.
And then let Jordan slow play it and let him control the clock, right? Not fart around and have guys lift you up and pick you up. Let's go.
It just wasn't. It's a bad look, quite honestly, and that's why you get a bad result as well. But it's just the communication and process have got to be cleaned up because we can't allow that ever to happen again.
And then one other thing to that point, what he should have done with a young team like this, and I know it's a little Johnny High School, but sometimes you got to pull out Johnny High School. You bring the whole damn offense over there, right?
Yeah.
And you explain to them what you're doing. Hey, okay, we have 28 seconds left here. We got to go. And then you sit there and go, okay, we're going to call 2 plays right now. We're going to call 2 plays. If he's tackled inbounds, get your ass back to the line of scrimmage, line up, and let Jordan control the clock. Don't let the receivers control the clock by getting lollygagging to the line of scrimmage, 2 plays. And then you say, okay, clock stops, get out of bounds, incomplete pass, huddle up, and we'll call another 2 plays.
So is this a result of, because I know we played the sound yesterday of Colin Cowherd calling Matt LaFleur a chaperone. He's not a head coach. He's a chaperone because this team is so young. But I also feel that's misleading at this point because on the field of those guys, of the 11 players on the field for the Packers, outside of Jordan Morgan and Matthew Golden, and Morgan's in his second year, but only got to play a handful of snaps over the course of 6 games because he was rotating and that got hurt. And Matthew Golden, who's a rookie, like you said, they're not veterans, but at this point, it feels like they should know better because a lot of them are in their 3rd or 4th year of playing. And that's like, I guess that's the jarring thing to me. Like, shouldn't some of these guys have been in this situation before, and it feels like the majority of them, starting with Jordan Love, should know better.
All right. When I played, Thursdays are your long days, but it always ended in 2 minutes. And the offense loved it and the defense because it was a competition.
Yep.
But every single time, Holmgren would change up the situation. Sometimes it would be like, all right, we got 2 minutes. We're starting at the -30. We got to have 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
The next time was, all right, we're starting at the -45. We have 47 seconds, have to score a touchdown. Okay? Okay, we're at the plus. We're at the plus 45. We have 22 seconds. We have to have a touchdown. It changed every week.
We have 2 timeouts. We have 3 timeouts. We have no timeouts.
Yes,
I'm sure he switched that up too.
You're going to nail the situation.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to nail the situation. And that's a difference, and that's one of the negatives of having a young team. I don't know how they practice. I don't know if they do 2 minute every week. I think they do.
Yes. Well, I should say, I know they do it every training camp practice, or they do it a lot.
Yeah.
Because you'll see the guys tweet out, basically, the beat reporters will be talking about, like, who won the 2 minutes in each, and they do it for first, second, and third stringers. My biggest problem with this is Matt LaFleur says the pace is on him, and we can say, well, is he just saying that because he takes the fault for everything, as we've heard millions of times? But when I watched it, and Cheesehead TV did a video where they overlaid Matt LaFleur's comments with what was happening on the field.
Yes.
And I came away with it thinking either Matt LaFleur was misremembering the situation or he was being dishonest about what took place. Because when you match those things up and you match up the sequence of when they were supposed to be going into warp speed and continued to lollygag, there was 2 plays and a timeout that happened before the sequence of the Matthew Golden pass that ended in the negative. I mean, before the Wilson pass.
I don't know how you forget.
Right.
Because you could take a big play of mine throughout my career, and I remember what the play is.
Yeah.
Okay? The one I scored in the Super Bowl at Denver, 6-4 U-corner, halfback flat. The last play of the game, 2-jet Winston. I mean, this is 30 years ago, and I still – and you're gonna claim you forgot something that happened 5 days ago?
Well, he
never claimed that. That was me.
No, I know.
Yeah. That's Josh editorializing, but I think it kind of depends upon what the operation is, because if he's not the one who's in Jordan's helmet, because I learned this week that Holmgren was not the one in Brett's helmet.
No.
Yeah.
But I did not know that. That was as many stories as I've heard you tell over the years, and as great as they've been, and operational stuff you've told. That's the first time we've talked about that. So if LaFleur's not the one in Jordan's helmet, I have no idea if he is or isn't.
I'm pretty sure they've
I thought
referenced
Jason
him.
said he was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've referenced him being the one.
I can't say that for certain. I don't know that for sure. So if he's not the one, I can see where the miscommunication is, because he's thinking they're going warp speed, or they should be, and they're not. And he can't get into Jordan's helmet and go, hey. So the only thing to me that breaks down here for certain is what the hell happened during the timeout.
But if you look at old film, and Andy was always right next to Mike, so you could hear Mike talking to Andy, where Andy would just go, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah.
And a lot of times, because I wasn't far from Brett, and the micro, it's so loud.
Yeah. Well, it has to be, especially if you're on the road.
That I would hear Andy go, "Hey, make sure Chew watches it for cover 2 here."
Yeah.
And Brett wouldn't even have to tell me because
you could hear it.
But that's what I mean. I think, and I don't know what, I've never met the man or nothing, but I know micromanagers because my wife is a micromanager, because we're leaving for Florida.
A stray this morning.
Well, we're leaving for Florida, and she's trying to, my job is to shut down all the properties, right?
Yep.
Make sure everything's up. And she's telling me that, and I'm like, stay in your lane, please. Sometimes you just have to trust the people around you.
How'd that go for you?
She knew. She knew. Now I'm going to forget something, and I'm going to get my ass ripped. That's how it always works.
The important thing to me is there's 2 plays, a timeout, and at no point in that time does the message get relayed any of the available ways.
Well, so again, the timeout is when, to me, it's the most criminal. Because again, there's a lot of stuff going on. It looks like they're kind of going quick, just maybe not as quick as LaFleur would want. And it's tough for him to communicate that to Jordan, and then Jordan to yell at all the eligible receivers, hey, hurry your ass up.
Right.
Yeah.
So I understand how that can break down.
But
again,
I also think, don't they have... I'm sure they have signals of "Hey, let's go." Like when they think they have someone up,
the universal sign for hurry up. Like yeah, whether you're moving your fingers in a circular motion or it's just one that's moving in a circular motion.
You'll see Matt LaFleur do that.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love and the offense rush because they see a substitution happening too slow, and they're like, "Hey, we can get one off here."
Yeah.
So they do that.
Sure, but I can see how that happens.
But
to me, the lollygagging after the completion out of the timeout is the one that's most inexcusable, because you had the timeout to get everybody together and go, hey, we weren't moving quick enough on those plays. If we complete a pass inbounds on this next play, we have to move. We're out of timeouts. We cannot let this situation get to a point where we're lucky that we get a field goal.
Here's what you do, though, if I'm LaFleur, okay, before the players go off their little mini vacation here, you run the exact same situation in practice, right? And then you stop it and say, this is how it works, okay? Are we all clear, okay? There's no huddle. There's 2 minute, okay? Jordan's the boss. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sense of urgency. And then just go through the whole thing and then run a simulated 2-minute drill and then just...
The fact they came out after that Emmanuel Wilson pass, after the timeout with how much time's left here?
28 seconds.
28 seconds. So after they continued to show that pace, me watching felt like they were all told, we need to be aware of the clock, but we're not trying to beat the clock. We want to drain this thing as much as humanly possible.
When they were moving as slow as they were initially, I thought they were just going to clock it with 3 seconds left.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they lined up in shotgun, and it's like, what the bleep is going on?
But, okay, and all right.
All right, save the
Just
thought.
real quick.
Well, save the thought. We're already really late. We got to make sure we get to Shefty on time. So give me that thought coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey guys, it's Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Thanks for watching our clip. I'm sure it was super informative and educational. I'm just kidding. I love those knuckleheads. And we do it live every Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get informed anytime we drop new content.